going on there. Right, bear with me, people. We'll just get things set up. Turn the volume. Oh, we don't want to listen to that guy. Jeez. Right, it's not quite on yet, so we'll do a refresh. There we go. Right, so let's see who's in the... Oh my God! You lot talk so much and I'm not even here. Roger Heaps, good morning, Andy, and all bit cold here in the south. It's a bit bloody cold here as well, to be honest. I don't know exactly what temperature it is, but we had a very keen frost this morning. That's maybe why I didn't sleep well. I don't sleep well if my head's cold, to be honest. I found a solution that I've come across is that if I put one of my hands on the forehead, on my forehead, obviously, that seems to warm my brain up and I can go to sleep. How bizarre is that? Pete, hi Andy and crew from California, USA. Good morning, Pete. Welcome to the workshop. Simon Rawl, Simon's in the workshop. Is that the same people who make Dad's biscuits, Anzac biscuits? I don't know. We can find out when we go to the website to check availability. But maybe, just maybe. It looks quite a good pie, but that's just, I like the packaging. I do like that. So I think they're going to score quite highly on that later on. We'll find out, Simon. Pete, it's 95 degrees here today. And how is it there? Well, that's meaningless to me because it's in Fahrenheit and I'm not a Fahrenheit kind of a guy. I don't know what that means. I'll have to Google it. Roger, don't know about Andy's place, but it's -2 degrees C here or about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. -2. -2 is, it's a bit chilly, isn't it? It's worse if it's wet. That's the worst thing, isn't it? Wet and windy and -2. Horrible. Pete, Andy, is the run behind Wonder? What's up? Andy, is run behind Wonder? Okay. Oh, here we go. Sorry, Pete, I meant running. Andy is running behind Wonder What's Up. Oh, Andy's running behind Wonder What's Up. You need a comma. Punctuation, very important. To be fair, we all forget that these days on things like comments and texts and stuff, don't we? Am I running behind? Well, it said 8:30 at this end. Maybe it was a different time in your place. Simon, 3 minutes. Okay, thanks, Simon. Off-road fan. Good evening, Andy and crew. Good evening, morning. Off-road fan. Right, scrolling down. So many comments. Mike Bazansky. Good morning, Andy. Well, good morning, Mike. Welcome to the workshop again. George Bonnie 90. Hello, everybody. Good morning, George. The Giant Governor. Hello, Andy from South Africa. The Giant. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the workshop. And I think, I've got 1 minute. Okay, David Harley says from Scotland, it's pissing it down. Well, at least I'm not in Scotland today. Although I do miss Scotland. I've been there a few times. Off-road fan. Google, 95 degrees Fahrenheit is 35 degrees centigrade. You bastards. Honestly, it's freezing down here. That's the last thing I want to hear. Man, you're saying that 35 degrees C in the workshop would be actually a bit too hot. Honestly. Ross. Wow, my video is like 144p rather than 720p. Hope is all good though, Andy. Yes. My video's pretty crap. Why is it crap? In actual fact, we just got the wheel of death. Oh my word, that's terrible. Skip trial, don't want that. Well, I haven't changed any settings on the camera, so I don't quite know what's going on there. Geez, hopefully it's going to come back. Very strange. Don't know. Anyway, whilst that's happening, let's go and put Dad's pie in the pie warmer. Just while I'm doing that, is everybody having problems with the video? Is it really poor quality at your end? Or is it just me and Ross? Or the whole world? I don't know. Okay, let's turn you around. 3, 2, 1. Right. Oh, John says it was like that last week. What the hell's going on? I mean, that's the old internet thingy up there, look, and it's got the green light, so it should be working, right? Oh, mind you, saying that, it transmits, yes, I transmit out on the data on the phone and then receive in via the internet-y thing for the workshop. Right, so it's not been frozen. Let's go for, I don't know, 20 minutes. What do you reckon? Give that, oh, it's still in the bag. Hang on. I need to get out of the bag. What a numpty. It'll never cook in there, will it? Right. You can see why I'm not the new Jamie Oliver. How does it look? Oh, it's a good fit. Look at that. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. One pie. We might get flames. Who knows? Right. Back to the bench. Geez. Oh, I've got some forge nuts and bolts, look. That's my project that I've been doing. I'm still waiting for one part to get finished laser cut there. I forgot something. I did. Right. It's turning around. There we go. It really is quite pants camera work, isn't it? The signal. The resolution is rubbish. I don't know how to fix it. I have no idea what's going on. We might just have to swing, go with it, unfortunately. Okay, so ponytail. You're not going to get a very good shot, but you can see it on the thumbnail. Bit of a story, and I'm sure Mrs. Mechanic's watching this. So I got home. We'll start a bit into the story, and then I'll go back to run through the reasons why. Okay, so I flew back from Christchurch on, 4 o'clock flight out of Christchurch. Got to the airport in Auckland about 10 to 6. I was in the truck for 6:15. Had to go and pick up my trailer with an ROV on it, and picked that up and then drove home. Got home about 10:30. I rolled up the drive. 20 past 10 in the evening, which wasn't too bad. A long day. And I sat down in the lounge, had a quick chat with Mrs. Mechanic before we decided to go to bed, because I was pretty knackered, to be honest. I was falling asleep just talking to her. And we had, Charlotte rang up from Canada, had a bit of a chat with Charlie Chalk, and I could tell that something wasn't right. Mrs. Mechanic just had this look of bewilderment on her face. And eventually, I could see it brewing up inside her, and she was holding something in, and she just had to let go. And it took her about half an hour, to be fair. So, fair dues. She was very respectful up until that point. And then she just burst out laughing, saying, "What WTF has happened to your ponytail?" Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. I was at a new dealership in the morning, just getting them set up on their diagnostic tool, getting it all installed and giving the techs access and stuff so they could download assembly manuals and things. And I got finished about 12:30 it would have been, I think. And my flight wasn't till 4, so I didn't have to be at the airport till 3. So I thought, well, looking a bit scruffy, Andy, let's go and get a haircut. And I'd spotted a barber's on the way to this dealership, this new dealership, which incidentally they'd moved premises, and I went to the old building and then got a bit lost, and that's why I came across this barber's. I thought, right, let's go and get a haircut. So I whizzed around the corner, pulled up, went inside. Have you got any space? No, but there's a hair salon just down the road. And I'm like, hair salon? She didn't say barbers, hair salon. Okay, well, I've made up my mind now to get my haircut, so let's see if they've got space. And it was just over the road, maybe 100 meters down the road. So whizzed down there, pulled in, and it was this place. Yes. And I was like, well, that's a lady's hairdressing place. It's not really a bloke's barber's. And I felt quite uncomfortable, but I was there already. And they had a sign up saying, ladies and gents, hair. So, okay, we better just double check here. So I opened the door and I said, well, first of all, have you got space? And yes. And Taylor was actually, sweeping up all the dead hair on the floor. And she said, yes, I can cut your hair for you, no problem, sir, if you want to take a seat. And I said, you do gentlemen's hair as well as ladies' hair, right? And she said, yes. And I said, well, okay, I suppose it's all about the same, isn't it, really? So we'll give it a go. So I sat down and she said, well, do you want your hair washed? So I said, yes, that'd be very nice. I find that quite relaxing. We'll do that. You can wash my hair if you like. This has got nothing to do with cars, has it? Or motorbikes, but anyway. So she washed my hair and sat me down and she said, well, how much do you want off? And I said, well, I am trying to grow the ponytail, so don't go hacking that away. But just a bit of a tidy up would be nice. So she set to and got on with it. And about 2/3 the way through styling my hair, which is what I suppose they do, she started laughing. And I'm like, this isn't a good sign. And I already have a bit of a complex over having a ponytail anyway, but it's extremely good in the workshop. It keeps all the hair out my eyes. And I said, what's up? And she said, well, it looks a bit different when you came in. And I said, well, why is that? I said, what have you done? I straightened it because it was looking really raggy. And I said, okay, that would explain those tongy things that you use and all the steam coming off my hair. And she said, yes, I've straightened it for you. And she got the mirror and showed me, and I was like, holy crap. And now it's really sort of floaty, and it hasn't lost its straightness since Friday lunchtime. And I was expecting it, the next day to go back to normal, but it hasn't. It's retained the straightness, and it looks even longer. So, of course, you can understand why Mrs. Mechanic was a little bit perturbed as to why my ponytail looked so different to when I went away. But it's all right. I don't mind. Your comments, keep the profanities out of the comments if you don't mind. But I suppose at some point it'll go back to normal. Maybe. I don't know. We will have to wait and see, won't we? So yeah, I'll just gone back to I was just getting confident in having a ponytail, and now I'm a little bit really. So I don't. Anyway, back to the comments. I have another story because we obviously when you sat in the barber's chair, I'm gonna try and use as much sort of male terminology as possible. When you sat in the barber's chair, you tend to talk about stuff. So I'll come to that in a second because it is actually a diagnostic on well, there's a couple of stories actually, which I think are quite funny. One's very funny actually, in my opinion. I found it extremely funny. Video seems a bit fuzzy. Thanks for Jane. Sorry, it's still fuzzy at this end, to be honest. I really don't know what's going on. We have got, maybe it's because of the cold. I don't know. It was raining a lot last weekend, a hell of a lot. It was wet all weekend. It was heavy rain, so I put it down to that maybe. But today it's just really cold and foggy. So does fog affect it? I don't know. I'm not a telecommunications engineer. I have no idea. Right, off-road fan, very bad video quality and sound interruptions. I hope it'll get better. Right, well, thank you for that. I have to cut today's short a little bit. Ross, I thought that was the heat gun in the workshop was for heating your dinner. Mike Adams, I'm listening while changing my drive shaft carrier bearing again on my truck because I didn't pack it with grease. I thought Moog already had enough in it, but, well, obviously not. Changing the universal joint to one with grease, with a grease zerk while I have the drive shaft out. Good job. John Dwyer, hi Andy, video not normal. Oh, it's come right. It's come right at my end. It's not bad. It's not pristine quality, but it's a lot better than it was a minute ago. So maybe we're in with a chance. Maybe, just maybe. I'll give you another flick so you can see it in high definition. There, look. What do you think? Any good or not? Bit too feminine, maybe, honestly, it's what you get when you go to oh, we've lost definition again. There's definitely something wrong with the signal, isn't there? I think it must be the atmospherics, maybe. Right, Simon, you will be getting your Nails done next time you go to the salon. Blue or pink? No, you're a funny guy. That is not going to happen, mate. Yeah. John, last week when you did a walk around the shop, the link then corrected the fault. You did first clean the lenses. I have already cleaned the lenses. I don't think there's any need to do that again. We could do a walk around the shop and see if that fixes it. I don't know. We'll be doing a walk around the shop in a minute anyway. Right, hang on. John, turn around, please, Andy. We, the crew, want to see it. How's that? Is that any good? Really? Honestly, Mrs. Mechanic, every time she sees me now, she just bursts out laughing. She tries her very best now to stand directly in front of me so she can't see the ponytail, which is fair enough. It allows us to have a reasonable conversation at least. Right. The video just cleared up. It did, and then it got back worse again. Ross, better here now, much better now, Pete. Thank you. Ross, or not. Yes, it went back. Pete, wow, it jumped back to bad. Sorry, guys. We'll go for a wander. How's that? We'll just do a general wander around the workshop and see if that cures it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Well, I got all these drilled and everything. Did I show you that last time? I think I did, didn't I? I did that on Saturday, so you must have seen that. So they're all done. Just awaiting a little spacer, a little round spacer that goes between here. They're actually ready to collect from Auckland when I go up tomorrow. Little wander. We could go and check out Miss July from Forge. There you go, look. Very little red tape required. Good job, Miss July. Excellent work. Very happy with that. And of course, the Forge clock is now telling the right time, pretty much, which is my time at least. Where else are we going to go? How's the pie looking? Well, there's no flames yet. It's looking all right, isn't it? Still got about another 8 minutes to go. Right, where else are we going to go? Toolbox, yeah, I've still not cleaned it. It's still as grubby can be, but I was using it all day yesterday doing an ROV, and I've still got lots more work to do on that. Still actually waiting for parts. Quick recap on the pie scores. New Zealand's Pieology Survey, 2021. We've got Wild Bean Cafe, Gourmet Steak and Cheese, 103 in the lead. Irvine Steak and Cheese, 93. Oxford Pie Steak and Cheese, 220 gram, 88. The Bake Shack Steak and Cheese, 200 gram, 84. And Big Ben Steak and Cheese and Bacon, double XL, 64. So I wonder where today's pie is going to end up on that leaderboard. I have no idea. Good morning, Tool Girl Lilli. Right, where else? There is a part of the workshop that I can't show you. We can go about as far as, about there. And then we can go, luckily the tires are not original. And we can go around here, and then we can go, we can go up to there, look. And then we can go back around. And that's all you can see. And this is my little live stream desk kind of stuff. Is it gonna do a, oh, it's got the wheel of death again. There we are, look. Very strange. Oh, okay, right. It still hasn't improved, has it? We've done the walk around. Bear with me, I'm going to plug you back in because I am going to do some filming today. I can't do any more I can do a little bit more on the ROV, but I actually can do some videos today, which would be great. Now then, Simon Roll, we did, the vid has just cleared up. Oh, hang on. No, Mike Adams, Andy, just be glad you still have hair to have a ponytail. I still have plenty of hair, but it's all white nowadays. Yes, Mrs. Mechanic did comment, there's quite a lot of silver, or that's the polite way of saying grey, I suppose, in my hair now. So obviously the ink's running out. I'm not sure if you can get it re-inked or not, but you know, I'm not that vain. It is what it is. But when I stand in the sunlight, she said it glistens. And Taylor actually, when she pretty much finished, she said, "Do you want some glitter in your hair, Mr. Young?" And I looked at her and she just burst out laughing, and I said, "No thanks." And she goes, "Oh, I could always put it in a bun for you if you want, if that's going to be better." And I said, "No. Absolutely not. Not allowed to have a bun. Never going to go there. It's going to be a ponytail." And then she just burst out laughing again. Honestly, can't get the staff these days. Actually, we had quite a good laugh, to be honest. I don't think they cut many guys' hair at that place. Despite the signage, I don't think that they do, really, given the outcome. Anyway, TT, all you need is a trumpet playing in the background with video quality and you'll rival the 70s porn video. Yes, I imagine so. Thank you for that comment, TT. John Dwyer, I'm glad I'm not behind you, lol. Sorry, mate. It's the way you did the pose. John, steady, mate. How do you pose? I mean, you wanted to see the ponytail, you got to see the ponytail. God's sake, honestly. Connor K is in the workshop. Good morning, Connor. Maybe you are not linking to the router in your shop. No, I'm not. But instead, the router in your house further away. The output signal for the live stream isn't via a router at all. It's using the data on the phone. And there is a mast, in line of sight to the workshop, and that's how I've always done it, and we've never had any problems. And I do that specifically just to try, because Mrs. Mechanic watches her creating craft and stuff in the mornings as well, and that eats some of the bandwidth, I think is the word, isn't it? It chomps away at some of the bandwidth, which isn't great on the house internet anyway. So I just try to share it around, because she's got her own internet. Then the laptop here connects to the internet in the workshop, and then the phone transmits from its data. So that's just how I do it. I did once try to switch from using data to using the router, the Wi-Fi, mid live stream, and it stopped the live stream. So I'm not going to do that because it'll kill it. We'll just have to go with it, and I'll maybe have to just do a few trials, and see if I can fix it. I don't know what's going on. It's never been a problem before. I think it is just the weather. Or maybe Vodafone's decided to do something daft. I don't know. But it's a bit of a shame. I do like to have nice, crisp videos. Oh, my word. Swampnil Watani. Hi, nice story. My friend once told me that he fell down from the top of a mountain while rolling down. He got his hair cut from all the impacts, lol. Of course, he was kidding. Anyway, hi from Calgary. Was it that bad a haircut, really? Mike Bazanski, shaved my beard the other day. Feels weird. Yes, I have done that every now and again. In fact, when I lived in England, it would grow for about 2 months, and I'd shave the whole lot off, including the moustache. It would all go, and then it would just slowly grow back. And through the winter months, it felt bloody cold when you go outside, with a freshly cut, freshly shaved face. I was nithering was the word. So, it just exists now. I did sort of trim the sides a little bit because they were getting a bit bushy, but this bit, it's definitely getting quite long now. Well, it might for me anyway. I need to get that sorted out because things start to live in it, and I don't like that. Connor K, no hair buns. We are tool guys. Exactly. There will be no hair buns on this channel. Simon, Create and Craft. No, can't stand that channel. I know, and it keeps popping up now on my YouTube stream because she watches her YouTube using my access, which is a bit weird because it's on a little tablet that I got given with the phone, and of course, like an idiot, I set the tablet up with all my passwords and stuff and accounts and things. Mike Adams, some women have told me they like the salt and pepper hair on men. They claim it's a look of wisdom. I guess, in my case, I became a genius when my pepper ran out. Lol. I'll go with that. Pete, Andy, no worries. We're here to have a talk. Exactly. And if the video comes right, it comes right. And there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. So, story one from the hair salon. So she's busy, Taylor, busy chopping away, not too much, She said, is that enough? And I said, yes, we'll leave it at that, thank you. We don't want to take too much off. We're trying to grow it. And, I said, well, what cars have you had over the years? And she said, we actually bought a Ford pickup. So those in the States will, wow, Ford pickup, great choice. And it was a 2007, she reckoned, 2007. And she wasn't sure whether it was a courier. Oh, 2 minutes to stand. Wasn't sure whether it was a courier or a Ranger. I don't know when the Rangers first started to come out or when the couriers stopped. But anyway, it was that kind of pickup truck, 1-ton pickup. And she said, yeah, we bought it, and it's a 4-wheel drive one, and we took it off-roading the next day. We wanted to see what it could do, and we bought it for the 4-wheel drive because we want to go 4-wheel driving. So I said, well, where did you go? She said, well, it's the local river. Okay. We thought it'd go through the river, but it didn't. It stopped in the middle and wouldn't get out. And then the engine stopped, and we broke it. So she'd had this pickup for 1 day, her and her partner. Now husband, by the way. She got married recently. And hell, it's cold in here. Look, that's not smoke. So they took it down to the local garage, and they obviously charged them a fortune to fix it. And then they decided, they said it was never quite right after it was fixed. So they decided to sell it. And yes, they did hydraulic the engine. So they sold it, and they bought a Mazda something or other. I can't remember the model, but she said that's never really been right either. Oh, actually, I jumped the gun because she'd bought it for something like 24,000 New Zealand dollars. This, there you go, look, Ford Courier B2000 Mazda kind of thing. And they paid $24,000 for it. They killed it. They got it fixed. They took it back to the dealership for a part exchange, and the dealership offered them $7,000 for it. What the hell? Anyway, through some very for a few months. So a bit of a markup on the second-hand value, wasn't it? $8,000. I don't know whether they'd caused any cosmetic damage or not going through the river as well, but obviously the salesperson was a bit dubious about buying it. It might have been the same place that repaired it. We don't know. So anyway, she bought this car. I think it was a Mazda car. I said, but it's got a problem. Every now and again, one of the warning lights comes on. I said, oh dear, that's not good. I said, do you know what warning light it is? And she looked at me very blankly and she said, no. I don't really take a lot of notice. The car still goes. And it has just passed a warrant of fitness. So I said, oh, I wonder if the warning light was on during the warrant. She said, no, it wasn't. Okay. And it comes on. It doesn't come on straight away, but it can come on during short journeys. And it stays on for maybe 30 seconds or so. But she said sometimes it comes on more frequently on long journeys. Once you get a couple of 100 Ks under your belt, the light comes on and it tends to stay on for the rest of the journey. And she said all the traction control system and stuff is disabled. I said, is it your ABS light? And she goes, it might be. I couldn't really confirm. I said, what colour is it? Is it red or is it yellow? Let's start at the basics. Oh, it's yellow. Well, it's orange, red or orange. It's orange. It's definitely an orange light. So it's probably your ABS. I said, it may well be that one of your wheel speed sensors is playing up and it's going out, it's the ECU thinks that wheel's slowing down, and of course it isn't, and that eventually is going to flag a fault code, and hence your light comes on. And she goes, oh, really? Oh, okay, I'll better get it checked out. I said, well, you should do really, because ABS is quite important, especially in the South Island with all the ice and stuff around. So she's going to get that sorted out, hopefully. We'll find out. But yes, it was quite funny when she was telling me about the story of the Ford pickup truck and the fact that they killed it in the first, within a day of having it, really. Now then, I've got the wheel of death at this end. Hopefully you guys are still getting something. Now then, where are we? Gary Lennox. Good morning, Andy and crew. Hope you're doing all right. Andy, cheers. I am, Gary. I'm okay. I'm doing a lot better than the live stream is at the moment. Cheers. Oh, cold coffee. Man. The heater is on. I've put the heater on just down there, and it seems to be making no difference whatsoever. Now then, Mike Adams, Ford Courier, aka Mazda B2000. Thanks, Mike. John Dwyer, total dropout of signal. I would agree. Things are not looking good at all, are they? The Giant Governor, same here. Right. Oh, come on, live stream. You can do this. This isn't good at all, is it? What are we going to do? Connor K took it back to the dealer and they offered £7,000 screen freeze. Yeah, sorry, Connor. John Dwyer, just happened. Roger Heaps, all okay. 9:01. What time is it now? 9 o'clock. Okay. All okay. So you're getting the stream again now? It's back up again. Excellent. I haven't got it back up again. I'm still seeing the comments coming through, but I'm not seeing the video. So I don't need to see the video. As long as you guys are getting it, that's the important thing. Right. I think honestly now, when I turn my head, you get this little flick going on, and it's quite unnerving, to be honest. I don't know what's going on there. Okay. Right. To the pie machine. Here we go. So, oh, that was weird, wasn't it? Look at that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Right. We're going round. Be careful with the camera because there's a bike in the workshop you're not allowed to see. Oh, man. Here we go. It looks pretty cooked. No flames. I do like the fact it doesn't burn things. Okay. Let's close that. Keep the rats out. Dum 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 dum. Look, you see, wheel of death at this end. It's not good, is it? Right, turning around. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, cable going back in again because I'm useless and I have to keep the phone charged up. God, it's going to be cold making videos today, isn't it? At least we won't have any problems with data and that kind of stuff. Right, so the pie in question is, ooh, crispy now, is a dad's pie. And this is the classic steak and cheese, which I do like. So it's my first choice of pie is steak and cheese. 200 gram. Another word for us. The pie nultimate. Pie nultimate. Good word. Pinnacle. Pinnacle. Like pinnacle, but pinnacle. Pinnacle. There we go. And piefection. Look at that. They've got some great words on there. They've beat me to all of those. Made in New Zealand. Okay. By Dad's Pies. What's in it? Pie stuff. Ingredients. Pastry. Wheat flour. Oh, God. Stuff. There's stuff in it. Okay. Right. We're going in. First of all, okay. Integrity. Just make some space. Hopefully you guys can see all of this. I've still got the wheel of death, but that could just be a laptop problem. Okay, cracks in the pie and driving. Ooh, look at that. We've got a major fracture running down here. That could be a problem later on. If I was wise, I would start here, but I'm not wise. I might want to see what that's going to end up being. Try refreshing your side. All right, Simon, we'll give it a go. I could lose everything. We've now got an advert, Manscaped. Don't need that. Saying that though, the actual, I suppose yeah, right. Okay, I've got video again, but it's really grainy. Okay, oh, right. While I was doing that, we had a bit of a collapse on the underside. There's an indent just beginning there where I have my thumb, which is, again, not a good thing. Although saying that, I normally eat my pies, if I am in a petrol station just trying to tromp it down, I tend to keep it in the bag a little bit. And then if I have any bits fall off, the bag tends to catch it. But that wouldn't work with this bag because it was pretty tight on the pie. Okay, so the bonding of the lid to the side is good, I would suggest. Although we have got a major crack down the side, but it hasn't got any worse, and we've got some failure on the underside. Right, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to eat that crack. I'm just going to leave it there, look. Right, here we go. Perfect temperature. There you go. Look at that. Nom, 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 nom. Sorry about the video, crew. I really am. What have we got? So we've done the refresh, Simon. Got the video back. Thank you very much for that. Good idea. Mike Adams, Andy, have you ever heard of the Harley-Davidson Boss Hog with the Chevy 350 engine? Oh, there's somebody at the door. Hang on, bear with me. I'll just turn you around a little bit and you can see Mrs. Mechanic. Shh. Don't laugh at my ponytail. Thank you. For God's sake, she laughed at my ponytail again. Look. Right, coming back. There we go, looks better. We have a fresh coffee. Yes. I only drank about an inch depth of that one. What a waste. Okay, and we've got some cigarettes again. Oh, look at that. They'll last me for about a week, probably. Okay, back to, oh, look at the picture. It's just gonna have to be a, what do they call it when it's just voice? You get them off the radio stations, don't you? I forget what they're called now. Anyway, so there you go. It's maintaining its integrity. Okay, there's a bit of crumminess going on. Yeah, that's not bad. We've got some big lumps of meat in there, look. And I do prefer pies with decent chunks of meat in them. Not gristly. It's not over cheesed either, which is good. I don't like too much cheese. And they call it cheese. I'm not sure if it really is cheese. It just looks like cheese and tastes like cheese. Okay, so taste, flavor, actually pretty damn good. Hang on, can't get the lid off my pen. Live streams, eh? Okay, so taste, flavor, contents. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it's really good, actually. Structure, Foley partners. I think we'll come to that a bit later on. Runnability. Well, we've definitely opened up the pie quite considerably. Is it running? It looks pretty solid in there. No, nothing's really moving. Okay, that's actually pretty good. But the runnability of the content is actually very good. So I'm going to give that another 9. Meat quality. Well, I've already brushed on this already. It's actually bloody good. Proper chunk of meat there. Big chunk of meat. And quite tasty too. I think we're going to go for an 8. Now, pie to crust ratio. So this is the contents, ratio to the actual, you know what it is. It's actually pretty good. There isn't massively thick chunk. Oh, can't let that go. Hang on. Oh, luckily I swept the bench. All right, nice. So it's not too bad. I mean, the pastry is, there's a couple of places where it's quite thick around the edges here, look, which I suppose, you need a little bit of structure there to hold the whole thing together. So I think that's pretty good. Pie to crust ratio. I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 7. That's pretty good. Availability logistics. Oh God, I might kill my internet now. Let's have a look. Dad's Pies. Now, this one came from just down the road, a local village, and they regularly sell them there. So I don't think they're too hard to get hold of. They're well known. Pie Finder. Oh, you've got to join in with this. Right, this is cool. Right, turning you around. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Right, so we're on Dad's Pie's website, and we've got our story. I'm not going to go through that. If you want a career in pie, you can go to the careers section. Full, itinerary of menu of what they make. But Pie Finder, that really struck me big time. Did that? So let's have a look at the Pie Finder. Right, Dad's Pies are found all over New Zealand and numerous countries around the globe. Look at this. Let's just zoom out. They've got all their outlets on a map. This is fantastic. What great cute consumer advice. So they sell them at the big BPs that have the, what are they called? Wild bean cafes in them. So all these places around New Zealand, okay, there's some gaps, but I mean, there's a mountain there. So, it's not often you need a pie when you buy a mountain. Look at Wellington. It's full of pies. Oh, the South Island's a bit sporadic. Christchurch is good. So if you're in Christchurch, you can get yourself a Dad's Pie. Ashburton, I think that'll be Timaru down here. Oamaru. Oamaru's there's only one. Oh, there is a BP going Oamaru. I've been there before. Dunedin, or Dunedin as I call it. You can't have a dad's pie in Invercargill though, but you can get them in Queenstown. So actually not bad. Not bad. And you can get them all over the world. Come on, refresh. There we go, look. Excellent stuff. I like that. Right, I'll turn you back round again. Oh, nearly got the coffee. How's that? So that's terrible. Okay, there we go, look. Right, back onto the live stream. Oh, it's still terribly grainy. I'm sure you can look up Dad's pies on the net for yourself, so you can see that bit in good vision. So availability logistics is pretty damn good, and it's global, not just New Zealand. I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10 for that. I think they've done a fantastic job putting that map, that pie ability, on the actual website. Very good for consumers. The pastry tasting. So I'm just going to pull a bit of pastry off. To camera, Andy, to camera. There we go, look. Oni pastry. Oh, we've got a bit of a collapse going on now, and that's where that crack was, look. So we're going to have to eat that. Okay. Pie catastrophe averted. Oh, golly. Big mouthful. So, pastry taste rating was all right. No nasty aftertaste. I'm going to give it a 7 for that. It's pretty good. Is the pie still tasty when cold? Well, I can't quite answer that yet because it's still sort of warm. So we'll come back to that. I should change the order of these a little bit, shouldn't I? Packaging design. Well, I did say I liked it. I like the colours. I like the blue. I think it's quite traditional. I like the graphics. They've obviously thought about that quite a bit. It's very basic though, simple but effective. And of course, you've got all the information on the back. Right, so I think that's pretty good. Somebody spent a bit of time designing that. And it's gone up to management. They've signed it off. There's been a bit of paper flow going on. I'm going to give that an 8. Maybe I'm scoring a bit high today, but I think that's worth an 8. I think it's pretty good. It just stands out. Recyclable score. Can it be recycled? Well, first of all, it's made of paper. So just putting the pie down for a second on the cardboard. Ooh. All right. Well, it is made of paper. It's not plastic, but it might have a plastic liner to it, like some of the coffee cups and stuff. Yes. There, look. I'm just going to delve in a little bit. Hang on. Just going to open it up. Can you see in there? It's all shiny. So it's actually got a plastic bonded to the paper. That's why you can't just dispose of it as paper. So they've said here, put it in the bin. There you go, like a mighty cardboard. In the bin. So at least they're telling you what to do with it. Oh, just like your dad taught you. Absolutely. So, I don't know. What did we give the other one? In the bin. It's not recyclable, is it? It's not, so it gets a 1. Right. Post heartburn. Can't tell you yet, but I'm still feeling pretty good. Look at that. Big chunk of meat there, look. That's good. Now, we can jump to the last one. Pie server attractiveness. Mrs. Mechanic went to go and pick up this pie today, and she basically, analysed the person selling her the pie, and described that person to me. It was a young, middle-aged lady. I reckon we're going to go with. She could have been worse. I'm going to go with a 3. I'm sorry, but you can blame Simon for that. Okay, here we go. Need to eat some more pie. That's a big chunk of meat. Look at that. We'll do a scan look. And it's still retaining some of its warmth, which is good. Proper meat. It's good. Okay, so structure fall apartness, we haven't done that one yet. It did start to break up because of that big crack down the side. The indent underneath didn't cause a problem, I don't think. You couldn't have eaten this whilst driving. That would have been a, well, if you were really on the ball, you probably would have saved it, but it did fall apart a bit. I'm going to give it, we've had worse. I'm going to give it a 5. Sorry. Okay, it was one failure. It was only a single. No, I'm going to give it a 6. I'll give it a 6. It was one failure. You know, and it may well be that the other pies don't have those cracks in them, you know. That's pretty good. I would definitely have another one of these. It's all right. Okay. And as it's cooling down, the taste isn't really going off. It's not bad. Would I have it as a glove box pie? You know, one to save for a few days later? Probably not. The wild bean ones I can do that with, just. But it's not bad cold. So if you're outside and you're getting down to this level of piness, then obviously it's probably gone cold by this point. You're still going to eat it. You're not going to discard the pie. That would be a terrible waste. You would still eat it. It still tastes okay. So, is the pie till stage go? I'm gonna give it a 6. It's not wonderful, but it's all right. Now, stuffability score. I am starting to fill up. I don't think I need another one. So stuffability, it wasn't a huge pie. I'm not stuffed to the gunnels, but I'm all right. I'm going to give it a 7. Okay. Bloody hell, it's cold. So, I've got video back. Bit grainy. I think we've filled all the scores in. We have. So, quick run through. Oh, on the Forge cardboard, look. We've got taste, struck, flavour of the contents. We got 9 out of 10. Very impressed. Structure and fall apartness. Well, we did have a bit of a pie catastrophe. I only gave it a 6 for that. Runnability was extremely good. There was basically no running whatsoever. 9. Meat quality, I give it an 8. I'm going to change that to a 9. It was very, very good, actually. And it was that large chunk of meat that saved the day on that one. It gave it an extra point. Pie to crust ratio, I'll give it a 7. Availability logistics, man, I don't think you could get any better. I mean, you've got the information available on the internet to go and seek out the pie when you need it. And that's critical. I think it's not just about how many places there are around New Zealand, it's about knowing where those places are, you know, the stroke of a key. Oh, pardon me. Pastry taste rating was pretty good, 7. Is the pie still tasty when cold? It wasn't bad, and it was getting quite cold by the end of it. Oh, I gave it a 6. We had a burp. Bear that in mind. A burp. It's repeating. Packaging design was pretty good at 8. Recyclable score was very poor because it had that plastic inner. We only gave it a 1 for that, so not so good, Mr. Dad's Pies. Post-pie heartburn factor 7. Yeah, I'm going to make that 6 because it has now started to repeat on me. So we're going to go over the 6, so an update score on that one. And, stuffability score. We've got one more to do, haven't we? Do I feel stuffed? I feel pretty good. Not overstuffed. I'm going to give it an 8. There we go. Look, 8 for stuffability. And pie server attractiveness. Well, I think 3. I think it's a fair representation. So now I need to add this up. So you've seen the scores. You can check my maths for me. So we've got 15, 24, 33, 40, 50, 57, 63, 71, 72, 78, 86, 89. 89, I believe the score is. I'll just show you again on camera so you can see that, just to double check the arithmetic. Hey, there you go, look. So we've got 9, 6, 9, 9, 7, 10, 7, 6, 8, 1, 6, 8, 3. Okay, right. I need to go and get my little magnetic strip. I've forgotten to get it out of the cabinet. So let's go for a little wander. Here we go. Another wander around the workshop. Careful with the camera, Andy. Careful with the camera. Okay. So my little stash of magnetic strips are, these are not mine, by the way. Right. There we go. Look, we'll get one of those. And we can go and fill that out. Terrible cam work, Andy. Terrible cam work. Okay, so are we on camera? We are. Dad's pie. And it was 100 gram. Brilliant. Let's go and see where that settles on the old leaderboard. I think it's going to be pretty close. Going up in the world. There we go. Right. Oh, 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 oh. Don't want to smudge it. Okay. Nearly. Right, we're off. We are off. So we got 89, which means it's going to move some of these down a bit. 89, that's going to go in there, isn't it? Look, we are one above the Oxford pies. Pretty good. Right, bear with me. To camera, Andy, to camera. How's that? Bloody good. So it's just pipped the post on Oxford pies, but not quite as good as Irvin's and a fair way off the old wild bean. But saying that, not bad at all. Well done, Dad's pies. Very happy with that. Feeling quite full now. Right, back to the bench. And sort the camera out, as always. Live streams are always fun. You should give it a go. Takes some doing a live stream, even when you've got really crappy internet, which we seem to have today. So my apologies again if you just joined us. The internet in New Zealand is not working very well. Cheers. Oh, and by the way, as Steve would say, you are all awesome. You are. Cheers, Steve. I've not seen Steve pop up yet this morning. I wonder where he is. I wonder if he's fallen asleep on the couch having a cider. Right. Let's just scroll back on the comments a bit because I'm still getting the comments through, which is good. Hang on. Right. So Mike Adams was saying, I think I didn't read the entire comment. Andy, have you ever heard of a Harley-Davidson Boss Hog with the Chevy 350 engine? Did they ever sell in New Zealand? If so, have you ever ridden one? The answer is no, no, and no. Haven't heard of them. Surprised that they do that because handling is going to go out the window, isn't it? Big lump like that in there. So I don't think they ever sold them here. Never seen them, and I've definitely never ridden one. We'll be quite happy to give it a go though one day if somebody has one. Glenn Cox, bring in the girl in the big red boots, or I'm out. Well, from memory, both Tool Girl Lilli, in fact, you saw a picture of it earlier on the cabinet of Lily in those red boots, and Tool Girl Jade. They were her go-to boots, to be fair. But they're not here. Lily's up in Auckland, and Jade is somewhere in New Zealand. I've no idea where at the moment. Connor K, I want to see that bike with the Chevy V8. Yes, I did. Like I said, when I was doing the Brass Monkey, we came across a trike with a V8 in it, which was bloody enormous, to be honest. Couldn't really imagine that being a motorcycle. Simon Roll, Mike Adams, did Bikes and Beards not do a video on that hog? Worth checking out. Mike Adams, Simon Roll, I don't know. I've never seen or heard of them. Well, Mike Adams, again, that show that is. Oh, okay, well, you need to Google it. I'll definitely Google it later on. So, Bikes and Beards. I'm sure we can find that on the internet somewhere. Choppers Rule 1, good day, mate. Good day. I'm sure that heater's not doing any work at all, actually. Is it warm over there? It is. Hang on, I'm going to move the heater. Oh, yeah. Warmth. Bloody hell. It's not like I'm soft, but it is cold in here. Right. Now then. Roger Heaps, might be time to commit to changing the new phone, mate. I don't know if it is the phone or not, in all honesty. Roger, it's been really, really good. I don't know what the issue is. Points and voice, that's all you're going to get today. Simon, have a look. South Africa. Where is South Africa? There's South Africa. Right, we're going to zoom in on South Africa and see where there's a dad's pie, if they've mentioned it. Okay. Is there any particular region of South Africa you'd like me to look at? Because at the moment, nothing is coming up. I think the best thing to do is for you to go online, if you can. Go on to dadspies.co.nz, little plug for them. They're not a sponsor, by the way, because looking at their map, and maybe they haven't finished it yet, but it appears there is nothing, although you can buy them globally, there's nothing in South Africa. So there you go. If you're in South Africa, you can't have one. Right. Message health review. Roger, what have you been saying? Let's have a look. Mr. Heaps. Oh, bastards. No dad's pie for me. Nope, you can't get them in Invercargill for some reason. I don't know the reason behind it, but you can't get them there. And there is a BP Go in Invercargill. And I've been there. It's near that motor museum, just a bit further up the road. So with them having sort of the franchise outlet of the BP Goes, you'd think they'd have them if it wasn't for a reason. So there's some kind of contractual thing going on there. Maybe they've already, that area of BPs have teamed up with, is it Fat Bastards Pies that are down there? Maybe they have. Pete, server has to be 10. Mrs. Mechanic gave it to you. Ooh, it's a bit late for that. I'm trying to, because otherwise it ends up being the same every time, doesn't it? Unless I buy the pie myself. I'm trying to be a bit more realistic, but that would make a big difference on the score. It would. I'll think about that. You might see a change on the leaderboard. We'll see. First, I thought, cool, bet that's fast. Then I thought, £500 engine landing on your leg if you laid it over. Ouch. There's that, and bear in mind the crankshaft runs in line with the frame, and you're going to get the same sort of effects to handling as you would do on the old CX500s and the rotary Nortons and stuff. Basically, the bike doesn't like to go into a corner when the crankshaft's spinning at a high speed. You know, that centrifugal force, a bit like a bicycle wheel, it always wants to stay up, you know? Remember that demonstration? So I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a V8, so it doesn't rev that high, but it's a big lump of metal on that crankshaft, isn't it? And the flywheel is massive, especially if it's manual clutch. Jeez. I think you'd probably go for an Alto, wouldn't you, in one of those? John Dwyer, have you been banned from the house by any chance, Andy? No, I've not been banned from the house. Mrs. Mechanic is still, well, she's still laughing about the old ponytail. Yeah. I'm at work tomorrow. Now, my boss, when I first mentioned to him, we were having a beer. I was fixing his Triumph at the time, a little Bonnie that he's got. And I said, I'm thinking about growing a ponytail. What do you think? And he said, go for it. So I've got endorsement from senior management on that one. It's been endorsed, so I don't have any problems. I think, well, you know, maybe it'll get to a certain length or appearance, I don't know, which may then not become acceptable. But I'll let you know. But for now, it will continue to grow. Now then. So no, not been banned from the house. David Farrell Tie. Yo, Andy, how are you? Currently on the DOS in work in Ireland. On the DOS in work in Ireland. Good lad. Well done, David. Gary Lennox, I saw one of those Boss Hoss V8 bikes in Nigeria Falls once. You'd have to be a strong bloke to handle the weight of that engine for sure. I think it'd be quite cumbersome, but it'd be pretty good on a straight line once you get going. Probably just purr along, you know, quite happy, but plenty of torque for towing trailers and stuff. if you were that way inclined. But on a motorcycle, I really don't endorse towing trailers at all. I think they're a bit of a nightmare on motorcycles. Not too bad behind a trike. John Dwyer, a good breakfast. And yes, it wasn't bad actually. John Dwyer, oh, here we go. Here I will give you guys. Today I found out I have Parkins. What? Mind blowing, don't you think? Oh, mate. If that's what I think you're saying, I'm really sorry to hear that. Hopefully I don't know what's available to control that and keep it in abeyance. But, good luck, John. As we all get older, things happen, don't they? I have no idea what's around the corner. KR Moto, it's called a Boss Hoss. And if you look up SK Cycle, he has two of them. Let's have a Google. Boss Hoss. So Harley Davidson. Boss Hoss. V8. Oh my word. Look at that. Well, they are definitely a thing. There's no doubt about that. Yes. A Chevy V8. You need to see this. You need to see this. You do need to see it. Bear with me. Look at that. What a machine. That's a fair piece of kit, isn't it? It's a fair bike. Would I ride it? Hell yeah. Of course I'd ride it. Would I stay on it? I have no idea. Would it be any good through the cones? Probably not. No good through the traffic, but good out on the open road, which is basically what it's built for, isn't it? It's built to go on the long straights, mile after mile. Probably quite heavy on fuel, though, so you'll need lots of petrol stations. Oh, and there's a trike one there, look. Oh, I like the paint job on that. Oh, tiny picture. Very cool. Look at the size of the radiator. It's massive. You wouldn't want to curb that, would you? Goodbye, tanks. Holy shit. There, perspective. That's a big bike. It's a lot of bike. It wouldn't go on my hoist, that's for sure. Way too big. The unbelievably enormous V8 bikes of Boss Hoss. Wow. So it is a thing. It really should do a guest pipe review, or Boss Hoss, by the sound of it. Steve is in the workshop. Steve, we're having terrible technical problems with the old live stream today. Mr. Internet is not working very well at all. It looks like I'm Mr. Pixelated Man today. My sincere apologies, but we are managing to struggle through the comments, and we've done it for an hour and 5 minutes, which is just ludicrous, to be honest. Celebrating a little bit. I think, Steve, you're going to be celebrating quite a lot by the sound of it. And good on you, Steve. Well done. You've done so much in the last few months. It's unbelievable. You put other creators on YouTube to absolute shame, for sure. No, great job, mate. Really, really chuffed. And as always, you're awesome. You are. It looks like a bit like a Rocket 3, says Simon. It does, just on steroids, just bigger. John Nuttall, time to let it go for charity, Andy. Let's have a vote. Well, are you talking about the ponytail? I'm not putting that up for vote. I'm not. I'm dedicated to the cause. I'm growing a ponytail. John Dwyer, thanks, Andy. You're a true person from Yorkshire. I'm from the Garden of England in Kent. Well, that's great to know, John, and good luck, mate. Good luck. I'm sure things will be fine. I'm sure they will. So I think I've caught up. I've caught up with all the comments, and thank you all very much for those. Keep them coming, because I've still got a bit of a cigarette to go. Again, all I can say is sincere apologies about the quality of the video on the live stream. I don't know how bad the audio is, but the video looks atrocious. I will keep the live stream on the channel. I'm not going to delete it because it's part of an ongoing series, but it does just go to show that sometimes things don't quite go to plan. I mean, I've had much better live streams in the middle of nowhere in the South Island. This is terrible, really. But anyway, you don't need to see me. It's more about the comments and what we have. Machine to run, though, would it? Oh, I'm live again. It dropped out on the phone for a second. Holy crap. John Nuttall, tail or no tail, hit the like button now for no tail. Well, we've got 28 likes and 23 people watching us from what I can see at this end. So, John, the tail stays. Sorry. I've not ridden one of those Boss Hogs, or Boss Hoss, whichever you want to call it, but I did sit on one, and they are surprisingly well balanced. 350 cubic inches of Chevy small block. I just wonder with the absolute mass of the bike, how easy it is to change direction on the bike. What I would call the flickability. You know, how you can drop the bike into one corner, then flick it across, you know, when you're going through like an S-bend. Be interesting to find out. Roger Heaps, quality of the live stream is all they have to complain. I don't think anybody's complaining, actually, Roger. I think, you know, it is what it is, and it looks atrocious at this end. I don't think I've ever had a live stream as bad, to be honest. Mike Adams, the fuel tank capacity is 8.5 gallons. Okay, well, that's a fair bit of weight in itself, isn't it, when it's full to the brim? John Dwyer, at least it gives you a reasonable range, doesn't it? John Dwyer, someone's climbing the tower, probably. Simon, hogs can't do bends anyway. I think that, unless they're the little tiny ones. What are they? The Sportsters. They're not too bad. A friend of mine had one of those, and you know, knew how to ride it, did a good job, but I would never have one. It's not my kind of bike. Mrs. Mechanic really likes Harley Davidsons, just in general, because she likes the sound. And I think that's one of the reasons why some people buy them. But for me, the traditional Harleys, at least, were just way too agricultural. You know, lots of vibration going on. Just everything was made so heavy that it didn't need to be that heavy. Things like side stands, you know, it was just crazy weight you were adding to the bike. You know, I think motorcycles are all about, you know, the power to weight ratio and keeping the weight of the bike down to a bare minimum. You know, to get that exhilaration, and the handling. You know, the heavier they make the bike, the harder it is to make it handle. Yes, so we're there. Simon Raw, hogs can't do any bends anyway. So next week, very quick summary for next week. I have to face the music at work with the ponytail, which is now, I mean, it might go all fuzzy, it might go all, like, you know, wavy again, is what I'm trying to say, rather than staying straight like it is, because it's actually really, the hair is really straight at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, you can't see that because the video's crap, so no point in showing you it. So yeah, I've got to face the music on Monday, probably get a few laughs at work, a few odd looks, but such is life. Tuesday, meetings. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, very tempted to head up north and go and visit some of the dealers, Kaiwaka, Whangarei, and up at Kaitaia. But we'll have to see what our workload is during the week. I don't know. I've got a ton of admin work still to do, so maybe I'll just smash that out next week and try and get caught up. We'll have to wait and see. We've got some more. Oh, here we go. Look, Mike Adams. Yeah, Harleys are cruisers. They are. AJ44 bikes, as you know, inherently want to stay up when in motion. For sure, you're not going to throw it into corners, but they will corner. Yes, it's that every corner you go into, you're physically, you know, conscious of dropping the bike in, and probably coming off the revs to enable that a bit easier. I like super motard bikes. I like to be able to flick them into corners and that kind of stuff. I just like that, almost like, not high speed. I'm not a you know, into high speed bikes at all. Like I don't know, your 1000cc stuff. I like your single pot thumpers. You know, super motard gives me all of that, and some great handling and phenomenal braking as well on the old super motards, because the bikes are nice and light. This, you know, they come from dirt bikes basically. Now then, Mike Adams, fresh haircuts never look exactly right anyway. Let it grow out a bit. It'll look just fine. I will let it grow out. It will grow out. Simon, you can always use the wife's haircut. Oh, bugger off, Simon, honestly. Good lad. Right. Oh, another one. John Dwyer. Oh, the good news is my mother has just celebrated her 96th birthday on the, hang on the 22nd of June. Has just said, it must be June. 22nd of June. Wow. 96 years old. If I ever made it to 96 years old, I'd be a very, very happy chap. And I know by that point, I'll have done a hell of a lot of things in my life. So good on her. Well done. Well done, mother of John Dwyer. Mum, excellent. Good work. Only 4 more years to go. And then you get to the big 100. And I think you still get a telegram from the Queen, don't you, if you're in England. Bloody good. Right, crew. Well, given the quality of the video, we've managed to keep going for an hour and 15 minutes near enough. Oh, Connor K. Got another one. Where is he? Come on, ping on here. Come on, you can do it. Maybe, oh, hang on. Maybe try messing up your ponytail a bit with some bearing grease. Good call. Before going back to work. Might hide the straight look. Very good advice from Connor K. I may well take that into account tomorrow morning before I step through the doors into the office. You'll have to wait and see, won't you? Next weekend, I've got to get this ROV finished. I won't have another one to do because I won't be swapping it out until I finish this one. Just one at a time at the moment. Just pacing myself, and I should have everything I need to finish those brackets, those front suspension braces. So me and Mrs. Mechanic may be doing some spraying for one of the days next weekend. It'd be good to get those out of the way because some of them are already needed for fitment. So it's becoming quite urgent. Okay, crew. Well, thank you again for persevering, hanging in there, given the poor quality of the live stream. It is, I am most grateful for your company, and my sincere apologies that the quality of the video is as pants as it really is. It actually couldn't really get any worse. So there you go, another live stream in the can. Some great comments, a couple of good stories, and well, if you're ever in the neck of the woods down at Rolleston, just south of Christchurch, and you want to get your hair cut and you need a nice straight ponytail, then you want to go and see Taylor at Copperhead Road Hair and Beauty. So if you really feel like you can get your nails done at the same time, hey Simon. They've also got a Facebook page, so you can check that out. Okay, and they're not a sponsor, by the way. I actually paid for this haircut. I know, I did. Anyway, until next time, crew, I'll be back here in the workshop on a live stream, hopefully with a decent video content on Sunday, 8:30 a.m. New Zealand time. I'll see you then. Thanks, crew. Take care of yourselves. And Steve, enjoy the Guinness. See you around. Over and out.